the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
What's up, sports fans? It's your boy Mikey Hova. First time doing a solo. Got a special segment for you guys. It's WNBA playoffs, single elimination. We have 2 games on the docket. Both games are going to be on ESPN2. We have the Dallas Wings at the Chicago Sky. That line is going to be 4.5. And we also have the Phoenix Mercury. That line should be 9.5. We have the New York Liberty at the Phoenix Mercury. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, before I continue, let me go ahead and explain to you guys how the actual format is set up. Okay, so the first round starts today. We have the 8th seed versus the 5th seed. The New York Liberty are the 8th seed. The Phoenix Mercury are the 5th seed. Then we have the Wings and the Sky. The Wings are the 7th seed, and the Sky are the 6th seed. Okay, they will prevail. The highest seed winner from the Mercury Liberty game will play in round 2 the Seattle Storm, the 4th seed, and then the lowest seed winner. So totally out of the Dallas and Chicago, whoever wins that, the lower seed will play the Minnesota Lynx. That is also a single elimination round as well. Once you get to the semifinals, which the Connecticut Sun and the Las Vegas Aces are waiting, that is 3 out of 5, and the finals are 3 out of 5. Okay, so their reseeding starts after round 1. Okay, so it depends on whoever wins out of the Mercury and the Liberty, and whoever wins out of the Wings and the Sky. The highest seed out of whoever wins those games play Seattle. The lower seed play Minnesota. So I just had to go ahead and get that out the way. Let me go ahead and let's talk about the first game. The Wings versus Sky. It's -4.5. The lines were actually just released today, so that's why it kind of took me some time to actually shoot this video. I didn't really want to shoot the video without the lines being ready. So as you know, the New York Liberty basically they ended up sneaking in the playoffs. I think they had to have. I think the Mystics needed to lose, and then they had to beat the Sparks. Let me see actually, so that way I can. So yeah, anyhow, because if you look, it's a 3-way tie for that 8th slot, and so they barely snuck in. They were able to grab the 8th slot and overtake the Washington Mystics and the Los Angeles Sparks. All 3 of them were actually at the same record at 12-20. So let's go ahead and break down the Wings Sky game. I think this is going to really be a really interesting game. The Sky are the 6th seed, the Wings are the 7th seed, and I'm leaning towards the Wings. The line was at 4.5, but then it went to 5, and so obviously the players to watch. Candace Parker, who just signed as a free agent to our hometown Chicago team. Her offensive versatility and her defensive presence it just makes such a massive difference, especially for this Chicago's team. And of course, with Dallas Wings, you have a great scorer in Arika Ogunbowale. It's her 3rd season. She's averaging about 19 points. I know you guys remember her from Notre Dame with all the big shots that she hit. This is definitely going to be a key matchup. I think ultimately it's going to come down to whether Chicago can defend or not. Surprisingly, this year for me, they've really been a paced tempo team. I really didn't expect that. Early on this year, they actually played really good defense prior to heading into the Olympic break. But once that after the break was over with, they allowed 105.5 points per 100 possessions, and that's not really good. That put them actually 10th in the league. I think another determining factor in this game is also going to be what can the Dallas Wings get from Satu Sabale. She's a former number 2 pick. She's very versatile. She can shoot and she could drive the ball. She had an Achilles injury not too long ago, and so she's still not back to where she once was. And I think that if she can actually get back, then the Wings actually have an opportunity to actually win this game. So, like I said, my prediction, I'm going to take the Wings plus 4.5. Now, don't get me wrong. The Sky, obviously, it's the reason they are the favorites. They haven't always been consistent this season. But, if we just look on paper, they actually are, to be honest with you, like they're actually the better team. And so that's why I said that I'm gonna have to go ahead and I can't really trust the Wings in this position to actually go ahead and win. I mean, especially on the road, because the one thing you gotta remember is that this is a single elimination game. So both of these teams are gonna be putting everything, on the line. You don't have the luxury of 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, or 4 out of 7. So I look for the Wings to step up. And like I said, it's just hard for me to see them actually winning because the Chicago Sky, they do have a strong team with Kalia Cooper, Candace Parker, Quigley. They have I didn't even mention Diamond DeShields, and then of course the assist leader, Courtney Vandersloot. So I mean, on paper, we know that they have a team. Like I said, the main thing is just like the Wings. I think for them is that, of course, Sabale is going to have to step up, and of course, Agambaule, she's going to have to really have a big game. She's probably going to have anywhere between 25 to 30 points. Okay, and they have some other people. Marina Mabry and Alicia Gray as well. They have to step up. And also they need to get some production from Kayla Thornton. But they're pretty balanced on offensively. They just have to do a better job, really a better job defensively. And they're going to have to figure out, to be honest with you, they're going to have to figure out how to stop Candace Parker. So my play for that is going to be the Wings plus 5. So the line's changed. It's been going back and forth from 4.5 to 5. So it's going to be, I'm going to take the Wings plus 5. Now, another thing, this game right here is it might be a lot of tempo in this game because both of these teams can score the ball and they both play at a faster pace. I think the over-under was like, 162.5 or something like that. So that's something that's worth a look. That's something for you to look at. Okay. So let's move on to the next game on the docket. Also, both games come on ESPN too. Okay, the Wings and the Sky, I believe they start at 8 p.m. Eastern, and the Mercury game, the Liberty Mercury game, starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. So both of them come on ESPN2, one after the other. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the New York Liberty at the Phoenix Mercury. That spread is 9.5. So look, like I said, the Liberty, they made the playoffs barely by beating the Mystics, really, and it was a great battle. They actually made the playoffs at 12-20, and Laney for the Liberty poured in 17 points, and she shot 45%, and she's probably gonna have to do that again in order for the Mercury to have a chance, in order for the Liberty to have a chance to beat the Mercury. The Mercury, they underachieved this year, in my opinion, finished 19-13. And I think they lost their last 3 games, although they were to the Sun, the Aces, and the Storm. So, and then they lost the last game to the Aces by 1. It was a pretty competitive game. Brittany Griner, she leads the Mercury in scoring, and she also shoots at 58%. So she's very dominant in the paint. Phoenix is pretty balanced. For some reason, I just don't understand why they've been underachieving, especially when you have Taurasi, Skylar Diggins, and Brittany Griner. Now, I know they've had some injury problems, and I think that Taurasi actually is. I think she's actually still out. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. So she's going to be a game time decision. Okay, so that's something that you need to make sure to look at. She's going to be a game time decision. That's what they have her listed as right now. But ultimately, I think that even without Taurasi, this team can cover 9.5. I know New York is going to battle. They're going to battle. I just don't think that lineup is just as talented as what Phoenix has now. Sometimes talent doesn't matter, you know. It's going to be some interesting matchups, especially with New York with Laney. They had the former Storm center, Natasha Howard, Sammy Whitcomb. She can shoot from the outside, and of course, the nice guard play from Sabrina Ionescu. So we'll see how that works out. I think another key factor or X factors are going to be 2 people for the Phoenix Mercury, especially if DT is out. Kia Nurse and Brianna Turner. Those are the 2 X factors. I think they complete this team full of all-stars that the Mercury have. And I think if all 5 of them are clicking, then it'll be a long day for anybody in the league. You know, I just feel like their chemistry is not quite together yet. I think once they get that chemistry between all 5 of them with Griner, Diggins Smith, DT, Kia Nurse, and Brianna Turner, she's a very, very good defensive player who can actually score and rebound the ball. Okay, I think she made all defense WNBA team the last 2 years. I know she made it her rookie year. So with that being said, I'm going to have to go ahead and I'm going to have to take the Phoenix Mercury minus the 9.5. Oh, I put the wrong thing up there. Okay, down. I'm going to have to take the Phoenix Mercury minus 9.5. I think ultimately it might be close in the first half. I think the Liberty might make it tough. You know, it's a battle, like I said, a single elimination game. Ultimately, I think the Mercury will be too much. Especially if Diana Taurasi's back. So look, just stay tuned for a good night of WNBA hoops. I mean, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, just make sure you check out the Women's National Basketball Association because it's some real good young talent in conjunction with some veteran talent. And it's just a good game to play. It's very exciting. You got a lot of fundamentals, but, you know, you still have that kind of, you know, you still have that street ball element to it as well. Kind of, you still have the fancy stuff, but they're a little bit more under control, and they can actually shoot a lot better than most of the actual men. So that's why I really like watching the WNBA. So let's go ahead and do my recap real quick. I have the Wings +5 and the Mercury minus 9.5. Let me see if I missed anything. That's pretty much all I have. So like I said, today is round 1. I believe round 2 is the second round is going to be September 26th. The semifinals start on September 28th, and the final start on October 10th. Um, so yeah, so just to finalize everything, I have the Wings +5. I think that they can go ahead and cover that. Watch that line, maybe be going from 4.5 to 5. It's been going back and forth. I've been watching it since since 4 and 5 this morning because they don't post the WNBA lines until like last minute, which I don't understand why. So yeah, Wings +5. Make sure you jump on that. Also, Mercury -9.5. That line actually has stayed steady. It hasn't really moved any. So I don't know what they're going to do if once they determine if DT is going to play or not, if that's going to have any effect on the line. I don't know if the line is made assuming she's going to play. She's been out, I think, maybe since the 3rd. So she hasn't played in a while. So I'm assuming the line is with her not playing. So we'll see. But ultimately, I had the Wings +5. I have the Phoenix Mercury -9.5, and that's where I'm at. So once the next round comes about, I'm gonna shoot another video, and I'll let you guys know ahead of time. We'll do a recap from these 2 games, and we'll go ahead and get into the second round, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna guide you guys all the way up until it's over with. Sometime in mid-October. So and it's just good, even if you're a casual fan, or even if you don't really watch it at all. If you just want to get some action, it's something good for you. You see a game on, and maybe you're trying to make some quick money. Hey, boom. So I wanted to actually get the whole season in. But I had a real busy schedule, so I say now, since the playoffs began, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I have, and you guys already know how to reach us. Facebook, Brothers in Beds, same thing on IG, and same thing on Twitter. It's no difference. So with that, it's your boy Mikey Hova signing off. Like my boy Marley always say, it's time to break Vegas.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from